You're listening to an Awkward Human podcast on the 5x5 network. If you want to find out more about this show and all the other cool stuff that we do, visit awkwardhuman.com. Hello and welcome to the Awkward Human Survival Guide. This week we're talking about
awkward shorties,
motivation's origin,
and genital upkeep.
Hello and welcome to the episode. I'm Adam Dachis.
I'm Erica Elson. We're here with the OG crowd.
We're a crowd now.
On a beautiful Tuesday night. Richard, Darren.
Hi.
Three's
What's
company
up?
and four is a crowd, right?
See.
So I guess that makes sense.
compared to the past few days, it is beautiful.
Yeah, it really
It's been
is.
a hot AF
Hot.
AF.
in LA, record breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heat.
Well, this is a great
Well,
segue
yeah.
for my story because I wasn't here during the record-breaking heat because I was in Montana touring the state.
Yes.
You're just touring it.
Just touring it.
The whole
How
state.
was it?
Pretty much,
Did you
I didn't
enjoy
realize
your
you
time?
went that all over.
Sorry, what?
Did you
Adam?
enjoy your time in
I did enjoy my time.
where apparently there's no cell service? I was surprised that there...
I wasn't surprised at all.
I thought you were out of the country for a second. I
For,
just
like, multiple
forgotten.
days.
And then I'm like, wait, no, your cell phone actually works fine in Canada and they don't charge you.
Oh, it's better in Canada.
Yeah.
It works its best in Canada and Mexico.
What
yeah,
doesn't
I felt
work
like
better
it worked
in Canada?
great in Mexico.
Yeah, I was so surprised by that. No, there's some service, but there's no T-Mobile towers. Apparently, Montana is Verizon country, but I can't get on Verizon with T-Mobile, but I can get on AT&T.
It's the chip.
So my phone would just automatically, like when we were on the road, and especially in eastern Montana, would just hop on AT&T. And we're like driving to... I think it was like our second day of driving, and my phone's like, "You've exceeded your data roaming."
Your
and
phone
I was like,
actually is capable of getting on Verizon. It's probably just blocked. Because T-Mobile doesn't have a deal with it. But your phone is when I think the version, you have a 6, right? They started.
well, I was talking
introducing-
more about the towers and how it wouldn't.
Oh,
jump
no,
on
but
it.
I mean, like the iPhone 6 had, Darren said the chip, but I think they started.
They changed that?
They changed that at some point, and I think it started with the 6. But anyway, continue.
Anyway, so I was like,
See.
oh, there's roaming. And then suddenly every time I was on AT&T, it was like I didn't have any service. So I basically was on airplane mode for a few days. But yeah, we went all the way east to Glendive, and then we went north, and then we went back southwest to Bozeman, and then we went to Yellowstone. So we covered like pretty much the whole state except for like the northwest of it, like Glacier and stuff. But the awkward thing that happened was that
what was the
we were
awkward?
staying in Bozeman, which is a college town, and we had gotten a hotel that was like maybe half a mile outside of the town. And so we had gone out drinking, and I had ended up going to bed at like 1 or whatever. So I go to sleep, and I'm in that phase where you're like, you're asleep, but you're not in your REM sleep yet. And I hear some rustling. And so I open my eyes up, and there's a stranger in the room. And he's just standing about 10 feet away from my face. It's a huge room, so there's 2 queen beds.
I don't like that. I don't like the story.
No, I didn't like it either. But there's these 2 queen beds, and then there's a bunch of rooms. So like he wasn't right next to me, but like he was directly in my sight line. And so I'm like awake enough that I woke up easily, but sleepy enough that my reaction is to be like, "Oh, hello."
That's what you said?
Yeah, I was like,
not
"Oh,
the reaction
hello."
I get when I walk in the front door and you're sleeping on the couch and you go, ah!
It was more than that.
Well, I'm trying not to torture the audience with a loud scream.
So I'm simultaneously like freaking out because there's a stranger in the room, and well, nothing bad's happening. So as I say, "Oh, hello," I just kind of shake Jacob so that he can wake up right away. So if anything bad happens, because I'm like, I don't know that he didn't come in here to rape me, he'll be awake. And so the dude just looks at us, like looks around, doesn't seem fazed by it at all, and is like, "What's up?"
Well, I mean, it's
sounds like a
because you
horror
went,
story.
"Oh, hello." That's almost an invitation
And
to
then
rape.
Jacob doesn't seem fazed by it at all either. And granted, I didn't seem fazed, but I was kind of panicked inside. And he's just
But
like,
who was it?
"It was some random man."
Wait, it was just somebody who walked in that you don't know and
Yes!
Yeah.
Duh!
knew? No, I thought you were going to be like, oh, and it was his uncle and he was masturbating
No,
because
no, no,
that's
no,
what
no,
they
no.
do in the
So-
family.
There's nothing
So
awkward
how
about
did he
this
get
Jacob's
there?
story.
like, "Huh." Like, kind of looks at him and is like, "Hey." And so the dude, like, clearly understands he's in the wrong room, walks out of the room, and leaves. And it was a room on the second floor.
But how did he get in?
The door wasn't locked. So it was a room on the second
The
floor.
sliding
and
door.
It's
How
a
is it not
sliding,
locked,
It's
though?
a sliding door,
Oh,
like
it's
a
not-
balcony door.
Oh, Wait, what?
Wait, he went in through the balcony? How did he...
That's the only door. So you know how there's motels where they have like the rooms on the outside?
Oh.
And so we go up to the second floor and the whole room is like a wall of sliding glass doors. And so you just slide the door open and then you like close it shut. And Jacob and I came in at the same time and I think we both thought the other person had locked the door.
So there's no
like a key?
electronic...
It's like old-fashioned key?
No, it's an old-fashioned
This is
key.
Montana.
Okay.
Like, what are you
All right, well, so then it's
for?
not that weird that he accidentally did that.
No,
I used to live
was-
with someone who got upset because they were so drunk they didn't realize they were trying to get into someone else's apartment, who was then yelling at them for hours saying, "This isn't your apartment, go down a floor." And then he just fell asleep in the hallway.
What is weird is that had I not woken up, he would have probably just gone to sleep in the other bed because he thought he was in his room, and then I would have woken up and there would have been a stranger.
What if he
sleeping
would
in
have
bed.
flopped upon
Was he
you
drunk?
and Jacob?
We assume he was drunk. I don't really remember what he looked like. Jacob said he had an Amish beard.
Oh,
And-
cool.
That's what I pictured.
And that he seemed drunk, and he was like, Jacob wasn't fazed by it because he's like, oh, that happened to me before in Bozeman. And I was like, what? And he said that when he lived in his old apartment, he had a loft, so he'd sleep on the top floor, but the door was on the same, like the ground level, and it was also a sliding door. And someone totally walked in and was like hanging out in his first floor, and then he was like, hello? And he's like, that happens all the time. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. But Darren had an important question.
I have another important... Actually, I don't know if it's the one that I had originally interrupted with, but I have a new one. This is very important. And it's what I've been wondering since I actually heard a preview of the story yesterday. What were you guys wearing? Were you naked? How naked were you? How moist was
Jacob
everybody?
was definitely naked because he usually sleeps naked unless it's hot.
So Jacob was so he was essentially raped.
He keeps the blanket all the way up here, so there's like nothing to see.
And you?
That's up to the shoulders
other than the
for everyone
outline
who can't see.
of his sensuous body.
And I was definitely wearing a shirt.
Just a shirt, but you were bottomlessly nude.
No, I think I can't remember if I was wearing like pajama shorts or
like
pants.
a shirt with no completely.
You were
no
Donald
bottom.
Duck.
That's how I slept.
I love it.
For most of my childhood.
You had a great childhood.
And speaking of balconies, we used to play hide and seek, and my dad would hide us because he'd come up with like really weird places we couldn't get on our own or would be too afraid to do without something.
Wait, who was seeking?
Well, I would hide, and then my sister would come find me, and then we'd switch.
Oh,
So
okay.
one time he hid me in a suitcase. One time he hid me on the balcony, but I had my nightshirt on and nothing else. And so my dick was like on display for the whole neighborhood because they were looking up.
Well, how old were you?
I don't know, like 10 maybe.
Oh,
Wasn't
older
much to
than
see,
I was
probably.
thinking.
It was
That's a
yeah.
little old
You
to be
still slept in
bottomless.
just a nightshirt when
It's
you were
the
10?
perfect
Yeah.
age between pedophilia
didn't,
and hebophilia, so you can please
What's
the
hebophilia?
teenagers.
I was
So
going to say
you're
something
like right
else.
when you're getting up there, it's like everyone wants to molest you. So it was
Right.
a really really good time for that.
Right. Well, so you weren't bottomlessly nude.
No, I'm pretty sure that I was wearing just like pajamas.
So could it have been sort of Jacob's nakedness that lured him in there?
He was sleeping on the other side, so the dude would have seen me first.
So it was you. He
and
definitely
like
was
what
there.
was creepy for me was it was like I woke up, this happened, it was very unexpected for me, but we kind of concluded like, oh, it was a drunk guy who wandered in. But like part of me was still like, but what if it wasn't? And it was just because he saw there was someone in the bed with me that he like wandered off. Like, what if he was just kind of trying his luck?
And
He
as
could
a
have been a
woman, that's
raper.
always your narrative.
Well, pretty much, yeah. If you wake up and you see a stranger anywhere near you when they're not supposed to be there, pretty much you're like, oh, you're gonna rape me.
Right.
See, I would think
guess
kill me.
your reactions are both very gender relevant, although I think a lot of guys would not be happy about someone just walking in unless they grew up in Bozeman.
Where it
apparently.
happens.
Did he have
I
a
don't
hook
like this
for a
story.
hand?
Did he have what?
A hook for a hand.
No.
Did he have a gun?
Erica, you have another story to tell, so we should probably keep going.
Yeah, stop asking
Let's
so
keep
many
going.
questions.
Well,
I
listen.
hope your story isn't as bad as this
Oh,
one.
see,
You already know what it
I think
is.
the awkwardness about
I
it
don't
wasn't
remember it.
what happened because it was scary, not awkward. I think
but
the
it is
awkwardness.
awkward to find a stranger in your room.
think
Yeah,
it was
it's
awkwardness.
also awkward
It's
to
horrifying.
find the
It's
not
situation at
awkward. I
work
don't
you
think
came
it's the
back
right
to.
word.
So tell us about that.
So I was on this trip and I had been gone for like 11 days and it's felt like forever and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to work. It's always a little bit of a shock, you know. But
Sure.
like we left this morning and we were both like, we're gonna have a good day. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. So I walk in and I'm like excited to be able to like go back to my computer and check my email and everything. And
Who isn't?
well, because it's like I checked it on my phone a couple times, but I was like, I'm not replying to emails. So I was like, I'm going to get through all my 165
finally,
emails.
I'm back from my
It's
vacation.
gonna
I
be
can
great.
finally do email all day.
Yeah.
Life is
So
good.
so I sit down at my desk and I look on my keyboard and there's some ants crawling on it.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I look, and I have an L-shaped desk, so most of my stuff is on this side, and then this side is like for paper or eating or whatever. It's like the extra part.
Yeah. And the craziest thing about the story is Erica did not have a rotten apple in her desk.
I did not.
This happened all for other reasons.
Manzana. So I look over, and in the corner where I have a bunch of shit, there's like quite a few ants crawling around. And so I look over at my coworker, Laura, and I'm like, Laura, why are there ants on my desk? And she's like, I don't know. I've seen a few ants here and there. I think it might be the heat. So I turn my 90 degrees to like my other part, and there's not really any stuff on there, but quite a few ants, like 20, 30 ants. So I'm like, I'm going to get the cleaning spray and start drowning them because I don't want to sit here with a bunch of ants. So I start doing that, and Laura's like, okay, I have to go to a meeting with our boss. So she walks out, and there's this cupboard that like goes through the whole wall of the office, and it touches my desk, and there's like 2 feet above it. And I just look up, and I just see a massive amount of ants, and they're just like crawling everywhere. And I scream, and then I'm like, I'm gonna kill all those ants. And
louder or softer than when I walked in the door?
It was more like, ah!
Yeah.
And so
you didn't say, oh, hello.
No, I didn't. So ants travel in like a trail, right? So I turn to follow the trail, and the bar in our office, which is bigger than like one of these walls, has a trail of ants the whole way. And so I see the cutting boards out, and I lift up the cutting board, and there's like some mold under there. So I was like, oh, Laura cut an apple or something and left it out there. I'm just gonna clean it. So I clean it, thinking it'll solve the problem. And then I see more ants. And as I continue to turn, I see that the entire room has this giant trail of ants all up on the wall, all over the ceiling. It is everywhere. It is moving like a treadmill or something. And so I open up our cupboard, and we have this pot of honey, and they're like all over it. So I threw away the honey. That doesn't solve the problem. I start just killing all the ants near me. I'm like, I'm going to clean up the whole bar.
Don't contact us, Peter.
Just draw draw a circle with chalk around your desk, and that should at least keep them out of there if you get rid of them. I mean, to an extent.
I don't think it will.
Yeah, so, it does.
And if it's a spirit, do salt.
So there's no resolution to the story.
Well, so
I know it sounds like that, but chalk actually repels ants. I can't remember why, but I wrote this in the Life Hacker article.
I'm just going to kill all of them.
Yeah, but you could have made it up.
No,
like putting your car keys in your mouth to get better.
Or brushing your dog's teeth with peanut butter.
I don't write for a semi-reputable agency.
What about peanut butter?
That's something.
Darren, so we should brush dear Kansas teeth with peanut butter because it would help her breath.
Erica, I was trying to kill her from the moment I saw her.
I was like, I usually don't have. I was never a peanut butter guy when it came to life hacks.
No, that was all Darren. It was all.
But I never claimed to work for an advice website.
But you claimed it worked for your uncle's dog.
It did. He's a doctor, so I thought, okay.
But technically, putting your remote in your mouth should amplify the signal somewhat.
You told me that you may have made that up. And you couldn't. Yes. You said you may have made it up, and you can't remember what you've made up and what you didn't.
That sounds right.
I mean, that's true. That is a true thing about me. But I don't think I remember that being like a Reddit tip or something. And,
that's reputable.
Well, exactly. But
you know how I feel about subreddits.
They have a lot of
sub-bottoms.
We're watching. What are we watching? That VR show?
Kiss Me First.
Yeah, we watched a couple episodes of that, and they have the group is called the Red Pill on it. I'm like, oh god, that is.
Yeah, but the Matrix Red Pill, not the Reddit Red Pill.
They're both the Matrix.
Not the Red Pill, men's rights Red Pill.
They both use that metaphor.
Right. Okay, not gross Red Pill.
Yeah.
I mean, all red pills are gross.
There's no word that's
comprehensive
enough for the Red Pill. But it's just like, I know it's adapted from a book, and the book probably came about before the subreddit.
What, Alice in Wonderland? For sure.
No.
What book?
Red
Pill is from Alice. Oh, it's not from Alice in Wonderland.
The Netflix show we're talking about.
Oh, go down the rabbit hole. Morpheus.
Follow the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about. They both take it from the Matrix wherever
they take it from the Matrix.
Yeah, the Red Pill.
If you guys are watching anything on Netflix, I recommend 2 shows.
Oh, okay.
Lords and Ladles, an Irish show in which people go and cook food from the 1600s in Irish castles, and 100% Hotter, a British makeover show with the greatest, the best hairstylist.
I saw a preview that it looks so offensive.
It's not offensive. The hairstylist, the male hairstylist, is the most spectacular personality you will ever see on Netflix, and I'm going to leave it at that.
In the preview, it looked like there's some, I can't remember what they said, but I mean, I remember some comments that were like, that is so not a good message to be sending people.
If you find it offensive to put...
Is it like The Swan?
No, they don't do plastic surgery. If you find it offensive to put makeup on a very effeminate gay man's face to make him look like he has stubble, then you will be offended by the show. But if you are enticed by such things as I am, you will love it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's bad.
He does.
It's offensive. I'm saying like it sounds like a piece of trash that shouldn't exist.
It is trash TV. But you just got to watch it. Just trust me, you won't feel that way after you've seen it. You'll be
I'll watch an episode.
I'll think about it.
That's so
but
good.
But you want me to watch Love Island, so
I do. I want you to watch all 50 episodes of season 4.
Oh, God.
I don't want to watch that either.
What's that on?
I don't want to
Hulu?
be here, but I'm here. So do me a fucking favor.
Wow.
But it's
Aloha.
Love Island, it's on Hulu.
What?
Hulu.
And England.
Okay.
It's on in England.
The BBC something or other.
Season 4 is airing now. It might be Channel 4. I don't know.
So what happened with your aunts?
Anyways, so the conclusion is I try to call someone to come get the answer, whatever. They're not answering their phone, so I go to type on my computer, and my keyboard is like totally locked, and I can't get on the computer. And ants start like crawling on me, and as I turn, like all the ants that I thought
On you or in you?
they're probably in me now, but they were on me at the time.
Wait.
So I turn, and like the part of the desk that I had cleaned like multiple times is now like so much worse because I killed all these other ones, and these came out of the walls or some shit. So basically, the computer's like fucked. I can't get the keyboard to work, and I call the facilities guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we have some spray," and I'm like, "Dude, we have like thousands of ants." So he came and sprayed the whole office, but then we were like feeling weird from the smell, and my computer's still broken, so I had to work in a different office. So it was like kind of like the worst day to come back to work ever.
Yeah.
Did you mention the fire and I missed it?
Oh, right. And so then at like 3 o'clock, our coworker comes like running into the kitchen where we've like escaped to go eat lunch so we wouldn't inhale the fumes from the ant spray. And she's like, there's a fire. And I was like, in the building? And she was like, no, right up there. And I thought she meant like on our campus, but she was referring to the Griffith Park fire that was burning this afternoon.
There was a Griffith Park fire?
So it was not that
Yeah, it was like super intense, and it was right next to campus.
My German friends went to the Griffith Observatory. I hope they're alive.
Should you text them?
They probably are. I don't think
they are. I think
were reported.
They said that there weren't any buildings affected by it. It was just the brush. It was 2 acres.
Listen, this is Trump's
That's a
America.
lot.
This
It's a lot.
this is Trump's America, and they're foreign. Would you think it would be reported?
But they're not brown.
No, they're white as newly fallen
Exactly,
snow, so it would be a tragedy.
It was very smoky, and like moments after she mentioned that, all we could hear.
It's not a shithole country, so.
Trump's words, not mine.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I was going to say your words, but I want to make that clear.
Yeah, no, not my words.
So the whole rest of the afternoon, all we could hear were like helicopters and fire trucks, and it was like right up there. And
did you get any work done today?
I got through my 165 emails, which was
good.
my
That's
first
very
goal.
productive.
How many of those were personal?
None.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it was my work email.
Well,
That's why I wanted to get through them, because I don't check my work email on vacation. I check my personal email though. So yeah, and then everyone was panicking, and then we had to go get updates from people because we couldn't really see the fire from campus, and they were like, "Oh no, it's fine. They got it contained." But once she said they got it contained, then we started hearing even more sirens. So I was like, it's probably like the helicopters got it, and now like the fire engines are going in to like kill it.
Yeah, and then when we got in the car to go to Laser Fit tonight, the laser tag workout that is available in downtown Los Angeles. You may remember them interviewed on Supercharged.
There's not a better tagline like the workout that moves you at the speed of light.
They do
or something
have a
dumb like
tagline.
that.
Probably. What is it?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but it's fun. You forget you're exercising. So
there you go.
So I tell them the story in the car.
Yeah, and then there are all these ants crawling out of her vent that followed her.
You
from
brought
AFI.
the ants.
No,
we
they
killed 24 ants that we counted.
How you counted?
That was just like on the road to Laser
I thought it would
Fit.
end earlier than that.
Well, Adam was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
12,
7.
18.
And then after 9, I'm like, okay, this.
What those ants ever do to you
not.
except look gross?
No,
Well,
they're
they
cute.
were
crawled
crawling
over
on
me.
us. Yeah, so
A whole day. So now
they're probably at least 5 in her vagina right now
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, it's been all
Can you feel
day
them
in her
crawling
car.
around
I can feel them crawling on me. Like they were on me so
They
much
need a
today.
host.
That's all
Sure
I
you
could
aren't just
feel.
Threw the honey
participating-
bottle away. So
Are you
they
sure you're not
crawled into her
participating
honey.
in like a mass illusion? A hysterical illusion? You are a woman,
No,
so hysterical
because
illusions
as soon
are
as I saw the
Hysteria
ants,
is
I
Aloha.
showed people, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm so sorry."
So now you have ants in your car? You infested. And what about your
And her
apartment?
pants
Well, now I'm
and
terrified
her
that the ants in my
office and her
car are going to
keyboard.
crawl into my body, and I'm going to go into my apartment,
They're
and they're
in
going to
your body
reproduce.
already.
They
Can I
probably
ask-
climbed into your bag, and then when you put the bag
No,
down...
it was in the car. They crawled through the vent in the car because I checked my stuff before I left, and I kept it with me, not in the office, and it all looked fine. Like I only took food that had been in the
If we
fridge.
get ants, I'm coming after you.
Oh,
Can I posit the following?
We'll just
Just sue AFI.
seal up the vagina.
Good luck. Many have tried, all have failed. Here's the thing. Do you suppose that the man in your room with the long Amish beard was like an Indian ant, a Native American ant totem?
Yes, there were some ants yesterday, but it got worse. Like, it happened before.
You sure he's not like a boogeyman? Like, he's an Ant-Man. He like put the ant curse on you.
Scary looking.
I mean, it is topical because Ant-Man just came out.
I know. I want to see it a lot less now.
And the
wasp. Surrounded by ants.
Not a lot of ants in it, honestly.
There's a giant ant, isn't there? Have you guys seen?
There
it
are a couple of giant ants.
Isn't he
yeah,
a
but
giant
like
ant?
it just in the beginning, and they don't look like, they don't feel like gross. Like, they don't look gross. They made them kind of smoothed out and stuff. I don't know what the joke was. I apparently talked through that one.
No, Erica's like, isn't he a giant ant?
And he said, no, he's a man.
Ant-Man?
Oh,
Ant-Man is a man.
Yeah, so he doesn't even look like an ant.
No, he looks like Paul Rudd because he is Paul Rudd.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, honestly, because
ripped and stuff.
But in a way, he doesn't. It looks cool
because he's older.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just the skin sags.
Have you seen?
I feel like he's doing such a good job. It's not fair.
You ever see
working really hard? It's hard to get abs, especially at that age.
Do you ever see what Hulk Hogan looked like in his 40s?
Oh no, thank you.
I actively avoided that. I condemned Gawker for posting that tape, not because it was wrong.
Oh, like bad news for him. He was in his 50s at that point.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just in his 40s. It was miserable.
But he like super tans too, right?
I knew whatever was on that tape is something no one should ever have to see. And I thought it was. I
didn't watch. I would not watch his tape. I wasn't interested.
Not that they deserved what they got or anything. That was terrible. But
God, old news.
Yeah. Well, people should remember what happened because it's going to come back to bite somebody in the ass.
Well, there is legal precedent for something. So
well, yes, it's
I have a final question for Erica. Are you excited to go back to work tomorrow to see what's happened?
Absolutely not.
Did you put in a work order?
Well, someone came and sprayed the ants. And
Didn't work.
And then he said, well, it usually takes like 24 hours for them to actually take all the poison back to like their den or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And then,
we know how well that works.
And then
seriously, though, use chalk.
Okay.
I mean,
I have to chalk like everywhere in the office, though.
Well, just chalk your desk or wherever draw some chalk around where you're working.
I've never heard that. I think you made it up.
No, I did not make it up. I will show you.
I don't know.
It's a real thing. It's in Reader's Digest.
What's that?
It means that it's been around for a long time.
So it's an old wives' tale is what you're saying.
Well, it's a verified thing. There's actual science. I'm going to look it up because this is going to be a thing. Erica, finish your sentence.
Amazing head of our IT department had no idea what was wrong, so he just ordered a bunch of new keyboards, even though he tried every keyboard on my computer and it didn't recognize any of them. And I was like, I think it's a problem with the computer then. So I'm not excited to go back to work tomorrow because I probably still won't be able to do any work. And I'll have the ants.
But what does an IT guy know about ants? He's a synthetic man.
This is for the computer.
What was wrong with the computer?
The keyboard is broken.
Doesn't work, and no keyboard works, so I can't do any work on my computer.
Oh.
Okay, so ants. Why don't ants like
still
chalk?
Getting paid. This sounds like a holiday.
It would be better if there were no ants. The constant fear of ants crawling on me.
Listen to Jennifer Lewis's book, The Black Mother of Hollywood. The Mother of Black Hollywood.
Does she have a lot of ant problems?
No.
Okay, so anyway, chalk. Ants prefer not to walk through a line of powdery...
but they'll do it if they have to.
Yeah, it's not a foolproof solution.
That's why I'm saying I would have to draw it on the wall to really make a circle around it.
Ants prefer not to walk through a line of powdery materials such as chalk dust, talcum powder, or I always want to say dichotomous earth. Diatomaceous earth. I don't remember.
What the hell is that? 2 tomatoes in it.
Correct me. I'm sure you know how to pronounce that.
No.
Well, we're back. Ants prefer not to walk through a line of powdery material such as chalk dust, talcum powder, or diatomaceous earth.
Prefer, but that doesn't mean they won't.
Yeah, that part didn't get cut, and we had to stop for a second. Chalk is made of calcium carbonate, which I wonder if you could crush Tums.
Do you have a piece of chalk?
Maybe.
If you have one, I'll take it.
Get your own damn chalk. It's your own damn ants that you brought into his life that he had to murder.
I might have chalk.
Pistol? Mortar and pistol?
What is it called?
Pestle.
Yeah.
Chalk is made of calcium carbonate, which is essentially ground up seashells. That was not what I was expecting.
Why don't they like it though? We don't need to know what.
Ants won't cross a chalk line because it interferes with their ability to follow scent trails left by other ants. So they can't use their autopilot, which is kind of how they operate. Well,
okay.
And who wrote the article? You did.
No, I didn't actually write that. That was from sfgate.com.
But so if all it does is stop their line, that means I'll right next to the line of chalk would be a line of ants. So I don't want them close to me.
I wrote this article when we were. Oh, so that's Milani's cover of it. Draw chalk lines around your house to repel ants. That was Erica's. Okay,
did anybody
before I worked there? But I did write something about ants. Because
we need to get to the question.
Oh, this has got to be me.
Yeah.
2013. Yeah, the complete guide to managing your summer pest problem. This
is when we got the ants.
This is when we got the ants. Yeah.
Did you draw chalk lines around your house like
no?
I actually did around the garbage can. To see if it would keep them. I don't remember.
Did they prefer to cross it or not?
I don't remember. I think they were coming in from the other side, so I don't know if it really worked. I mean, at that point, they were in the wall, so it wasn't. It's hard to tell if it actually helped on the inside. But we couldn't really. They were going from the wall to the garbage can, so chalk was not going to help.
So you dropped the story of ants, and you fully knew you had no resolution. Where's the awkward part about this?
The awkward part is I have to go back to work tomorrow with no working computer, surrounded by ants, and I will feel ants on my body forever.
Again, I don't think that's awkward. Should we look up what awkward means? This just feels like annoying.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does, but
awkward is how I feel.
Awkward. We
always in life.
That's sad.
No, it's not. It's not true. Aloha. Now I feel awkward because you all think
questions.
That.
Yes. Okay. So the first we have a comment, but since I never remember to do this, I'm going to remember right now. If you have a question, a comment, a story, or whatever, please get in touch.
The spookier, the better.
Especially come October. If you have a Halloween story that's awkward or
spookier,
something,
the better. Well, you're pumping Halloween like 4 months early.
Well, no one ever sends that. We get like one submission, so I
got a spooky story.
If you have a Halloween story, send it in now. We will save it for Halloween.
What if it's about a man with a beard in Montana who unleashed a spirit of ants
I can't believe
to follow
you're just
Erica.
okay with it.
I'm not okay with it.
I couldn't sleep for 3 hours after.
Only 3 hours? I'd have PTSD
because you'll feel the ants crawling all over your body.
Did all your hair color change too?
Sun-kissed.
Yes, it.
I hate you.
It is.
Wasn't it red when I saw you?
That I'm tan now.
No,
I know it's not noticeable.
You just look dirty.
Fun for everyone. If you want to send in a question, 509-AWKWARD, call or text it, or visit awkward.email for all your options. So with that, we have a comment from Geoff.
Joff.
Jeff.
Well, he says pronounced Geoff.
Oh, I think hasn't Geoff.
So it's probably Geoff.
Hasn't Geoff contacted this establishment before?
Well, he said that he's following up as requested in episode 212. It's entirely possible he has.
But I wasn't on 212. Was I on 6 times ago?
Probably.
I think you were on.
I may have been because
you were on 212.
I remember a Geoff.
Well, I looked
because you said it like that.
No, I don't remember.
It was in episode 212, and I'm not sure what he's referring to in 212 because I don't remember.
Maybe I'll remember.
But I was trying to link the question. I don't know when he contacted us, but Geoff.
We're gonna figure it out. Let's go.
I'm assuming I pronounced it wrong though. If you say that. Hello, I am checking in as a listener as requested in episode 212.
Is he a robocall? I am checking in as a listener as requested.
Well, maybe that's my.
You forgot about me in your 10 days in Montana.
You're gonna like You're gonna like the end, Darren. So
let's go.
I have been listening since episode 1, back when I was closeted in high school and my parents were married. Since then, my parents are divorced. I worked at a law firm and I've fallen in love with many straight men. I have no awkward stories / problems to report. I think maybe falling in love with straight men might be awkward sometimes. Yeah. Well. I mean, I don't know.
It's unfortunate. I don't know
you
about
tell
awkward.
us. But lastly, Darren's outfit in episode 212 is stunning. Thank you.
Huh.
Oh, he watches. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But we don't know what Darren's outfit
See, I remember you saying something about a Geoff, but if he's never written in before.
Well, I think he has. It's just not in episode 212. And
oh, no.
I think what's happening is that he's saying on episode 212, Darren had this outfit. I don't think he wrote in. I don't think he's ever commented. I think he's just referencing the episode because that's where he saw Darren.
And he said, I'm checking in as a listener.
Well, thank you, Geoff.
Well, you know what? Maybe that was the episode where we said we wanted to hear from people.
Probably.
I don't know that.
I mean, maybe, but I think it's relevant.
Can we talk about the real reason we're talking about this, which was because he complimented my outfit?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Thank you, Geoff.
All right, so before we get on to Diarrhea Girl,
Ooh. you.
I did forget to mention the blanket. You can still win the blanket.
Oh, right.
And Darren was enjoying it
for
a
I
few
thought
minutes.
we were going to announce who it was today.
No, not today.
Okay.
Can I give my review?
Yeah, what did you think?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts about it. I like the red trim. I think it gives it a nice sort of like look. It's kind of got a fun, I'm going to put you on me and I'm going to be warm kind of a feeling, like I'm going to be lined in heat. I was a little disappointed on first wear that it didn't have weights or magnets in it, something like a gravity blanket to soothe me and comfort me and make me feel whole.
Mm-hmm. But it is a camping blanket. Although I think magnets would be good, at least in the corners, so you could like...
Full disclosure, I've never been camping in my life and I don't intend to. So
I don't either, but I had a bad experience.
I found it to be much more pleasing of a blanket than I thought.
Me too. I thought I wouldn't like it that much, but I slept with it, and it was very useful.
Did you wash it before I put it on?
It was on top of the
You slept with it, and like I slept under it. Not like you fucked it.
Yeah, no, I have not fucked the
a
blanket
little bit
yet. I don't know how it is in bed other than
with you guys.
As a cuddling
I feel
partner.
like as a fuck blanket, it wouldn't work.
No,
it would slide all over the place.
I mean,
it doesn't work.
It wouldn't.
Richard, do tell.
So if you listen to my review, I said it's very slippery.
Yeah, if you're looking to fuck in the woods, don't use this blanket. Get something with a little more grip and slip.
And it would be
slip.
so loud.
Unless you want to like slip inside into the hole you're fucking.
Now, shouldn't a camping blanket have a zipper to like really lock you in, lock in freshness?
It's not.
I think maybe you have sleeping bags and then you put the blanket on top, or maybe you have like other blankets and that's the insulator.
Well, there is a cum stain on it, so what's that?
Degrees,
What's that? Mustard or a cum or snot?
I don't know. I probably came on it because I, maybe had an erotic dream about it in my sleep. I don't dream those. So
I could see how you would because it's a lovely blanket. And,
it's not just for camping though. You can take it to your Cinespia viewings and shit.
Don't get me started.
Well, you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus,
so
I feel attacked.
You know what? Not you. I don't. I'm talking about the. I don't want to go out and watch a movie at the graveyard again.
Nice and cool, nice and warm. It did take a minute to fully warm up, but then again, I wasn't lying flat, so I didn't have a proper seal. But I do like this blanket. I don't know if I'd pay over $100 for it.
Well, you don't have to because you can get it for $89, or you could win it by sending us an awkward story.
I would like to win it. It would be a good guess.
You're not eligible.
No, I know. But I'm saying if I were a listener,
if no one sends anything.
If I were a listener,
is that a threat?
If I were eligible, I would want to win it. I'm telling you now, winners. You're all losers. So why am I saying that? Aloha, I'm back. But here's the thing. It almost put me to sleep, and I can't tell if it was the time of day, the company, or the blanket.
You have gotten so fucking old, Darren. Like, I go out of town for 10 days, and you're like, 9 o'clock is my bedtime.
Can I tell you? Well, it's a lie, but can I tell you why, Erica? Because L.A. stressed me out.
I can tell.
I find it extremely stressful. Here's an awkward story, guys.
You can't drive without...
I threw my racket high up in the air and stormed off to sit in my car for 5 minutes and 10 minutes because I was so fucking irritated.
And then a week or two later, you're like, I can't play, my ankle hurts.
Then I continued to kind of fight with Adam about it 2 days later while he was on. Because you kept on arguing with me whether the ball was in or out genuinely, and you didn't know that I was seriously irritated.
But it was genuinely in.
I thought that was...
I'm still irritated about it.
But you should be happy that I'm such a good friend that I didn't say anything because I knew you were doing it because you were pissed off and you were like, it's my call and don't argue with me.
Honestly, from my vantage point, it looked out.
But
I do appreciate
my
I do appreciate it.
I'm going to take a guess here and say that the listeners would probably prefer to hear about Diarrhea Girl.
I don't know. I feel like they like our banter.
Yeah, when you guys are being nasty.
Speaking of diarrhea, Erica, you'll like this one.
Yes, let's have another tangent.
I recently had Thai food and it gave me diarrhea, and I called it Thai-arrhea.
I like that too.
I'm honestly surprised that
it actually kind of has a triple meaning because
I love
my old boss Thai.
But not that much.
Oh, I love a
now
good
dead,
portmanteau.
R.I.P. Thai.
Yeah, well,
I just found it in my notes. If Eminem were a lesbian,
if he were diarrhea,
he'd be Les and M.
Diarrhea.
So I like a good portmanteau.
Yeah, but that's like...
Diarrhea is good. I think I like it because it's perfect. It's like
perfect.
it is absolutely like, and I feel like anybody can relate.
Diarrhea really combines well with a lot of things. There's I can't remember. There's this frozen yogurt place in New York that used to give people diarrhea, and they relied on it to poop. And I can't remember what it was called. It closed.
Now would be a good time.
Jamie Lee Curtis didn't do the commercial.
You should get that commercial you had made about the kaopectate from when I had heard it in the car and insert that.
Yeah.
Or I could just do it right now. Take your kaopectate. Take your kaopectate. It's for your diarrhea.
That's your Rosie Perez.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I don't know what that was.
Well,
but
I think we set this one up sufficiently.
Could
Erica, would you like to read the question?
Hold on.
So old Darren is back. Diarrheaing Richard is back. Little Hitler is definitely back in the house.
Could cryorrhea be crying while diarrheaing? Cryorrhea?
Yeah.
I need to get that out there.
Sitting on the toilet just crying.
Erica, read the
I got cryorrhea.
Question from Diarrhea Girl. Hi, so this isn't awkward per se, but it is for me. I need help motivating myself to do things. I procrastinated at work, and my boss is getting mad because I don't finish on time almost every day. So I gotta stay at the office late or disappoint her. I think it's your guys' fault for making my excuses weird, and that it's why it's awkward for me. My boss thinks I have chronic diarrhea now. I got hot sauce on my jeans one time, but I didn't notice even though it was a lot. So I told her it was period blood, and that sometimes I can't control it.
How is that better than hot sauce?
That's so much worse. I think she thinks I'm really gross now. But I got to go home at 2 p.m. that day. I do like my job.
That's the idea of the period blood. I'm just guessing.
But I'm too slow because I just think I can't do it a lot. I don't get explanations. It's just like, do this, and there are bullet points on a to-do list app that goes to our computers and our phones if we want. I can't get more information from them, and now nobody wants to go near me because of the gross excuses. Like, they pretend they don't know, but I see it in their eyes when they look at me. I see them try to sniff me without seeing...
Ew.
To sniff her diarrhea? Go on.
Without me seeing when I am near so they can avoid the diarrhea.
Why is there diarrhea on her?
I'm almost done. I got myself into this mess, obviously, but can you help me out, please?
They snip her so they can avoid her?
That know if she has diarrhea.
If she's diuretic.
It sounds like they sniffed the air on the way over to her.
To be like, is it safe?
Yeah.
So listen.
Is there diarrhea happening at her desk? Which, Diarrhea Girl... If you've been saying you're diarrheaing at the desk, that was not a good idea.
That was a terrible idea.
She knows that. That's why she said I got myself into this.
Yeah,
here's what I think.
But if they're worried, if they're doing that and she's just having diarrhea in the bathroom, like, is it so bad that it's
desk
coming
diarrhea?
with? I mean,
Descaria.
Like, why are they worried about the smell if the diarrhea isn't real?
Because they don't know it's
diarrheal.
Not real. She didn't let everybody in. Here's what I'm thinking. I have a few ways I feel like I could help you out of this.
Okay.
However, I am not going to.
Oh, okay.
Because you did something that I find abhorrent, and that is you blamed us.
I accept.
She might be joking.
Did she say aloha afterwards?
To be honest, I'm only defending because I want to know what you would say.
I lied. I actually have no solution for her. I just wanted to make it seem good.
I would think get a new job because she's not good at it. She doesn't like it. No one will help her get better at it, and now no one will be near her.
What if it's the only job she could? What if the other job is like coal mining? You know,
that'd probably be better.
I don't think she. Listen, if she has an office job, I don't think coal miner. But I do have advice for her. I don't know how to get you out of the situation, but I have an alternate in case you ever get in the situation with the hot sauce again. And Erica has used this a few times.
No.
A miscarriage. You, as a woman, you have 3 times a year that you can fit.
3
a year?
Was it 2?
You made it 2 recently.
Oh, it's 2. It's 2.
Wow, they're really cracking down on that.
You have 2 times.
Darren decided.
Oh, then 3.
I'm sure he's getting it from an authority.
2 to 3 times, depending on how how well you pull off the first one, I guess.
Yeah.
Is and how promiscuous you are and how promiscuous people know you are. You just say you have a miscarriage. That's your miscarriage on there. No one will. They won't sniff you. They'll give you. They'll give her.
She's not to do that.
They'll give her aloha. They'll give her chocolate. They'll give her flowers. They'll give her sympathy. She might get a raise. She might get more vacation days.
You're winning me over a little bit.
Thank you.
I think it's.
I don't know if miscarriage is the right way, but something that would make her sympathetic is not a bad idea.
I think it's taking it much further than what we've done by saying, oh, what is that on your pants? It's my miscarriage.
It's my miscarriage.
Like, to actually visualize it and have people look at her miscarriage.
Well, she could just come in late. No, I'm not encouraging this.
Girl, I think you need to get a new job, and I think you should use this time, which, like, I don't think you're going to get fired anytime soon because people feel bad for you to look for the new job, and once you've found it and know that you can actually do this one, then you can go and do it and not have to make up stupid excuses.
Well, she could also, like, you made up this narrative, just undo it. Say, your diarrhea got cured. I went to the doctor.
I have an alternative suggestion.
Put Imodium on your desk.
Colostomy bag. Just play it up. Play it up. Bring chocolate pudding, put it in the colostomy. Play it up. You know what? You've made your bed.
And
now
then
you gotta
It's gonna be the nicest.
suck it out of the colostomy bag in front of everyone.
Oh, and then eat your own colostomy diarrhea. Colostoria.
Colostoria.
I
That
think
sounds like a cholesterol problem.
this sounds like my weird ass speculations from like
See, everything
episode
works with
2.
diarrhea.
They really do.
Remember that?
Episode 2?
I'm tired of Darren's weird ass speculations, and then I went off on that person. This was like 3 years ago.
No.
Wait, we got that on episode 2? I don't think
It might have been 3.
We were
This is
pulling
what
it
I
out
was
from
writing
Yahoo.
in.
I may have speculated that a ghost raped somebody. It's like,
I
what
remember
if? Remember, I
that.
would speculate
Yeah,
strange
yeah.
things.
Why would anyone hate that? That's a great thing to talk about.
Well, people are fickle.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
fickle.
the ghost rape, that's a crime no one has to be upset about.
Does
Because it
anyone
can't happen.
have any suggestions other than she should find a new job that she can actually do?
No, I don't think she should find a new job. Just keep doing what you're doing. I don't
She
care.
wants to get out of the mess. She doesn't want
Or
to be
she
diarrhea
she
girl.
can say,
No.
"I'm sorry, guys. I had hot sauce on there. I don't know why I said diarrhea. Maybe it's because
Oh,
I
it's too
listened.
late.
Maybe it's because I listened
No,
to
she
the
said
show.
period blood.
Yeah.
Oh, she said period blood.
Yeah,
Or that's weird. Like, how does that
what's
one
the
just
do- yeah,
Just
automatically
start
come
letting
out?
the office know that you got it under control. I think the problem is
She's like
is
a biohazard, according to
Does
that
she want to know
office.
how to be motivated, or does she want to solve this? I'm not really clear.
I
on
think
that.
both. I think she wants to just be good at her job and not have to make up stupid excuses because now she's embarrassed about all the shit she's made up.
I think you're giving her too much credit. I think she just wanted to get on the air. With an incendiary story, she knew he would just fall right into her
You mean
diarrhea
literally-
perioded lap.
She didn't have to try. We'll read everything.
I know.
I just think stop
Yeah.
making up excuses, and people will eventually forget or
Yeah, that's true too.
assume that you have it under
Just do a
control.
good job at
Or-
work.
If
Yeah.
she's not going to. She doesn't know how to do the job.
What's the job? I missed that part.
I mean, just
Something with text messages and to-do lists.
how hard is that?
She says
What?
no one will explain to her how to do
What?
the tasks.
Figure it
about
out,
text
babe.
Messages. I thought she could just get the to-do list on her phone.
Oh, I thought
Through
they
an
were
app.
texting her the to-dos.
Oh, I mean,
What's
like,
her name?
I don't believe that they won't give her
Diarrhea
more detail.
girl.
Like, why can't she just ask people until she gets
Probably
the
because
information?
no one wants to be around her now because of the
Like,
diarrhea.
At my job, it was there almost was a problem like this, I guess, where I felt like I didn't know enough of what I was supposed to do, and I would do the work, and then it wasn't quite right, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get it, but eventually we figured it out by.
Are you talking about your current job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm writing a book, and I felt like I knew the direction, and then it wasn't the direction.
Like a fantasy book?
No, a book on how to YouTube good.
So a fantasy book. 'Cause it's not possible.
It's totally possible.
Could you write it?
I'm learning a lot.
Is it erotic?
I
mean,
so.
It probably can be.
I would love to try that, but no, it's not erotic.
Okay.
But you know what? We'll take a look at it when it's done and see what we can do. Maybe like.
Is this
eroticize
for
a
your
chapter.
job?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a book like our book, The
Awkward
Awkward Human
Human
Survival
Survival
Guide,
Guide.
available on screen right now. If I'm on the camera, I don't know. Not yet. Okay.
How much is it? Where could I get it?
I don't know. It's probably like $2 in a bargain bin at this point, but
Okay.
you-
Well,
on Amazon
Amazon.
for I think it's like $8-9 on Amazon.
it's the
Come on,
last
Cam,
time I
switch over here.
try and
There we
help
go.
you sell a book.
No, please buy it or Bukkake or whatever the fuck else.
You know what? I had a copy, but I returned it, and I don't know how because I got it for free, direct from you guys.
Did you return
You
it?
returned
No,
it?
it's on my shelf.
Oh, what?
We still have it.
Why would I return? I
You would
would.
have had to hand it back to us.
Did you guys sign
Or
it
like
for
take
me?
it to Barnes
Yeah,
and Noble.
probably.
and
You
be like,
did.
Yeah, I think.
God, I even moderated your fucking Q&A.
Yeah, which is actually really funny.
Is it?
Yes,
Good.
I was much funnier when I
Weird.
was fatter.
Everybody's funnier when they're fatter.
I know.
Fat
They
people
have to
are-
compensate.
can
Yeah,
be
because
funny.
we're hungry now.
So are we moving on from this question?
I think
From this Russian?
wait,
I
heard too. That's what
she wants to be motivated.
Motivate
Find
your-
a new job that you can
It's like,
do.
when I'm motivated, I'll just like make myself bored, but I don't think that's the problem here.
Oh, that's what she wanted advice on? I thought she wanted advice about people
Well,
thinking she
no,
doesn't
that's
have
what I was
diarrhea
asking earlier.
anymore.
Is like I don't know what
I
she.
don't know.
It sounds like she wants to get out of that mess and also wants to know how to motivate herself to do the work.
Wait,
but
so
it's like I don't know. Get on ADD drug.
That's terrible advice.
I can't believe you, would
wanted
give
her
that.
to have a miscarriage.
No,
No, I wanted her to have
Yeah.
a miscarriage.
He
I-
wanted
I mean,
her to
like,
tell
aloha.
people it was a miscarriage.
Thank
First
you.
of all, I'm not serious. You shouldn't do it, but. It's,
She
I mean, like,
might.
I don't know what is going to make her
I
focus
don't
at
know.
something she doesn't want to
Squat
do.
onto a lit candle 2 times a day.
Like,
Wait,
I mean,
what?
I feel for you. Jobs suck, but I like.
Could work.
You're not trying very hard. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Next
I mean, like,
question.
I'm sorry. That's not. That's like.
It's not our job to get her to like get motivated and figure out how to do her job. You know what? Send us each a portion of your salary. We'll help you. Until then, go diarrhea and period all over yourself. Aloha, bye.
Oh my god.
I love you.
All right, I feel like we should just leave it there.
Yep.
Okay, so our next question comes from Tanner. Hey, you guys and Erica.
Hi.
Whoa.
It's fine. At least I was acknowledged by name this time.
I think
I'm
it's
offended.
more that you're not a guy. And that's what that's
Oh,
about.
is it that politically correct
I'm just
that
offended
guys
I wasn't
can't?
named.
I'm looking
You're
on
a
the
guy.
upside.
I'm
I don't
not.
know.
I'm special.
Maybe
I can miscarry.
Maybe Tanner really likes Erica. I don't know. My name's Tanner, and my little sis is Marissa.
Oh.
I'm 24, and she's 18 and some change. I am tall at 6'3", and she's short at 5'2". Mm-hmm. She looks like a midget next to me, so I used to tease her about it.
Midget is offensive to dwarfs and little people.
Well, this is gonna get worse then. She got the nickname Midge from me, but it stuck after I was too old to give a... Wow, that's... I don't know what that meant.
I know what it
calling
meant.
her
A midge.
Okay, we'll explain that one later.
There's no explanation.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it. That's period blood.
She got the nickname Midge from me, but it stuck after I was too old to give a shit about sibling rivalry or whatnot. Anywho, she wow, I can't talk. She acts awkwardly around me when we stand next to each other, like in family photos or in a line for dinner. If I get close to, like a buffet.
How
Maybe
she's
they have a big family and they
she's
wind up doing their
5'2",
food.
and this person is 6'3".
Yeah.
Is this a man or a woman?
A man.
Yeah, I'm assuming Tanner is not usually
He's
a
a man.
girl's
Tanner's a
name.
man.
I've heard it as a girl.
Midge is
Oh.
a woman.
Mostly men, but go on.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? He doesn't say he ever. Anyway, I think of like family photos or a line for dinner. If I get close to her, she looks like I smell or something. I think it's about the height thing. Everyone who meets us is always noticing how tall I am, and when they find out Marissa is my sister, they're all like, "You didn't get the good genes, eh?"
Oh no.
Wow.
She just let it roll off. Okay. But Marissa is very sensitive. She is also proud because I wanted to know if it bothered her, and she said no. Maybe it just doesn't bother her. I think it's the height thing, though. Anyway, what do you think? I feel responsible because I teased her, and she's kind of fat, which makes it worse for her self-esteem. I don't. No one's saying she got fat.
No, I think he's saying that teasing her about her height is worse because she's kind of fat, and if she were taller, she would probably not look fat.
But hold on, 5'2" is not short for a woman. I mean, it's shorter.
No,
it's shorter.
It is short
but it's
for a
not
woman.
like
5'7" is
she's
average
not
for
a
a
dwarf
Yeah,
or a little
5'2"
person.
is when you get
Not
into
for a
short
woman.
territory.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
5'3"
No,
is
it's
the
not.
cutoff.
for normal.
It's
My
5'4".
ex-friend Megan was 5'2", and
I don't
I'm
think
pretty sure I
5'7"
had
is
this
average.
conversation at some point, but I don't remember.
I'm
Maybe I just thought you're really short. It is really
It's short, but it's not like what is petite.
Yeah.
It's not. If she's not a midget, you know, she's not a little person.
She's not a little person, which is
But
under
it's-
5 foot.
It's short.
I think it might be, well, no.
We're
I
just
don't know.
looking up the average height. for a woman right
We're
now.
both wrong, but you're more right. It's 5'5".
Okay.
5'5" is average height
It's the
for a
average.
What did
For
you
a
guys
woman.
say the average height
I
of?
said 5'7".
Oh no
And
way!
I was like, no way.
That's taller for a woman.
I said 5'4".
That's
That's
you have to be
closer.
4'10" to be a little person.
I told
of
you,
America,
under
an
5 foot.
LPA. That's what, apparently the full term.
height is 5'10", which makes me short.
in America.
So okay,
Yeah, I
so
could've
she's-
told you
she's
that.
4 inches. She's like a small dick, taller than a
Which makes
a
me
little
above
person of
average.
America.
Finally.
Yeah, but she's being told this by a man who's 6'3", who's related to her. So in comparison, she's like, "Oh, I got the shit genes."
I want to start saying
the shit like the
LPA,
diarrhea
that.
genes,
That's way
Yeah.
better than
the shit genes, or jeans that have been shat in, like denims that have been shat in.
No, they're miscarried.
Fuck, she's a fucking man. Men are taller. Sorry, women.
He's a man.
He's a
He's a
man.
man.
Tanner.
It's a big difference. I mean, she's never gonna have a supermodel career.
What's his
but
question? What's his
She
problem?
could. Times are changing.
I guess. What do you think is his question? Is it the height thing?
No, he
It's-
wants to know. He's like, we have this issue, and
Is
I
it my
think that she
fault?
has an issue with
Yes,
me.
it's his fault.
But she says she doesn't.
Well,
She's lying.
He says, "I think it's the height thing, though." Anyway, what do you think?
I think it is.
Like, is it his fault that she's weird around him, or is it just coincidence and he's like making it up?
Well, it could be either the way it's described. I mean, it could very well be the height thing the way he's looking at it, because he certainly thinks it's the case, and we're not there, so we can't say. But she's giving no indication that it's definitely the height thing.
Here's
I mean,
the thing.
Maybe he does smell.
You gave her a nickname
diarrhea.
that
Maybe he
she
just doesn't
probably
like people
hates.
close.
She probably hates that nickname, and good. Everyone calls her that. Yes, she hates
and
you.
It's his fault.
It cannot bother her that people do it anymore, but she can still hold a grudge for.
They can still bother her. It would bother me if someone was calling me a name that I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things my family does that I've told them to not do a million times, and they still do.
Like and what? She could also like not care so much about the nickname, but be like, "You made fun of me." And like you're
she's 18.
You were like holding this over.
She's not out of her awkward phase yet. She'll get over it.
Maybe. We'll see.
I just like honestly get over it. Find a girlfriend, get married, or a boyfriend, whatever. And just move on with your life. It's over.
You just want everybody to be a lesbian.
Well, his life is over.
All right. So,
just be aloha.
Nicer. Yeah, be a man. be a mensch. Be a good guy. Don't be an asshole to your midget sister. And it's little person, by the way.
I mean, I think rather than try to predict what's wrong with her, you could just say like, "Hey, you seem put off by me. Could we talk about it? Because I care about you." And
okay, I want you to tell your sister, "You seem put off by me. Can we talk about it?" She's gonna tell you to go buy her vegan mango.
No, I would
from Amazon.
I actually could say all that mangoes.
To her. Yeah, no, they would have like a 5-day long.
And I'd probably say you seem upset with me, but I mean, it's possible she just doesn't like people getting close to her. Maybe, like, look and see what happens when other people are near her, men in particular, in case, like, she might not have as...
I need to know more about her. Because what if she has the demon Payman inside of her? And she's just ill. She's just ill at ease with her own body. Because it's a male demon that wants to be in a man, but is in a woman and has given her the strangest looking breasts.
Well, not strange. It's just unusually
just like
large.
very large.
Does she also have a nut allergy?
Like, see, we're talking about like manzana y la mela.
You're not supposed to spoil it. What if someone hadn't seen it yet?
Oh yeah, good point.
That's not. Matter. That doesn't spoil the. If anything, they'll appreciate it. I think.
I think
it spoils it if you explain
kind
why.
Kind of spoils the ending.
No, but it also it does. He didn't say anything that you don't know halfway through the movie, and it doesn't spoil your experience. I don't think, unless you know what else he could have said.
Anyways,
let's talk about Gary.
Gary says, "Aloha, coworkers. Long story short, my boyfriend moisturizes his cock, and the results are spectacular. I'm 24 and always liked my men aged about a decade, so I know what a penis looks like in its 30s. My boyfriend has great reason. My boyfriend has the mighty fine cock of a post-pubescent teenager. I don't like him young, but I can appreciate the benefits of youth. I thought his cock moisturizing process was masturbation until I found out it wasn't, and then I thought he was embarrassed to tell me about the masturbation until I thought about his cock and how it looks like the cocks in 3D cartoon porn. The problem is that his moist penis retains the oils from the lotions, and we have a lot of condoms break on us. We're only 4 months in, and I think I love him. However, he has a high sex drive. He's also cheated before. We're honest about that stuff, and I don't get all hung up on sex mistakes. However, I don't feel like I should ditch the condoms already, you know? We've talked about the situation, and he just wants to not do condoms, but respect my choice because I'm the bottom in the relationship. If the condoms break, it's like the worst of both worlds, you know? He has allergies to alternative condoms, and I'm a vegan, so no sheep in my butt. What else can I do? Okay, thanks, bye.
So...
I don't think he needs to moisturize his cock. Well, I'm 30, mine looks the same as it did when I was 2.
I mean, it seems like...
Well, not size-wise.
It seems good because it's going to be pre-lubricated for when the condoms go away. If that, it seems like it's headed there. I mean, because...
Does he... Wait. So him lubricating his penis or moisturizing his penis makes the oily. Condom break?
Yeah, because of the oils. The oils will...
But, like, is he doing it right before putting on the condom? I mean, wouldn't that... Why doesn't he just not do it right before putting on the condom?
I'm assuming he's not that dumb.
Because I would assume he does it after the shower.
It can't retain oil that long to the point that it breaks down latex. Right, Adam? Or did you make that up for Lifehacker?
Well, I, never had the pleasure of writing about condoms in that way, but...
but in other ways...
It shouldn't retain... I mean, like, it shouldn't retain that much oil. Are you guys fucking too hard? I mean, like, is the condom...
But also, I think...
Maybe get a bigger condom or one that has, like, one of those, like... tips that's not where it's like a spiral tip sleeve. They all make them now. It adds extra stimulation. I feel like it kind of feels like a plastic bag.
I think what's happening is that this is a conspiracy. Your boyfriend is sabotaging the condoms because he's already explicitly said he does not want to fuck with condoms. So he's making it even harder, knowing you're a vegan, that you won't do sheep and he can't do alternatives, and like there's just too many excuses around this, and I think
I agree with
you're
Richard.
in a bad situation.
I don't like to go the conspiracy theory route, but that seems more plausible than anything.
I was going to say that if it had already broken you, it's too late. You're probably fucked anyhow. I mean, you literally were fucked at the time.
I think the best thing that you could do to figure that out without having to ask him explicitly is say, listen, I'm willing to try a sheepskin condom once, just, one sheep. It's okay with me. And if he finds a reason to say no, if he's like, no, I don't want you to have to go back on your veganism just because of my problem or whatever, like we shouldn't do that. If he tries to get you to not use the sheepskin condom when you say you will, then Richard is correct.
Or why don't you get your own condom, put it on him yourself, put it in yourself, that way he never touches that condom, then you'll know.
If it breaks. And potentially slip a polyisoprene condom in to the mix without telling him, and see if he gets an allergy, but maybe don't do that, because if he's telling the truth, that would be bad.
Cock moisturizing. Is this something anybody's heard of?
Well, I heard about it on SNL when Steve Martin did it in like the 80s.
No.
Why would you need to?
Unless I'm masturbating.
Explicitly. I don't...
But have you used like lotion to make it more moist?
If it's feeling dry, I use the Wicked lubricant, because it's like a lotion, and I always feel like it hydrates in the same time. So I'll break that out if
Didn't you have an issue with your penis being dry for a while?
No, it's usually pretty good. I mean, it's not.
That wasn't a euphemism for something?
Oh no, that was just.
No, I did a while. It was getting a little dry a while ago, maybe because there's not less humidity here. And I'm not uncircumcised. I am circumcised.
Aren't we all?
Well,
you are? That's tragic, Erica.
No, I mean, her 6-inch clitoris is still intact, but it is a circumcised 6-inch.
Could have been 8 inches.
Yeah, they took the foreskin off of it. I don't know why it grew foreskin, but, your body's a fun land, I guess.
It's a wonderland.
It's a wonderland, thank you. So,
So no one's ever moisturized your dicks just to get
not
it
to
more
moisturize,
like,
no. I mean, unless I abused it or something, or it got a cut on it, I might put like aloe on it, but I'm not like moisturizing for the way you'd moisturize a face or your arms.
So here's my concern about the story. It's not so much, why are the condoms breaking? It's like, why is this guy acting this way? Because if I were the bottom in this relationship, and it's a little different because I can get pregnant, but still, like, if I were in a situation where I wanted to use condoms and the condom broke, that would not happen multiple times. Like, that would be like, why did the condom break? Let's solve this issue. But the dude
from the moisturizer.
Right, but I'm saying in whatever the situation is, I'd be like, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. And so if the issue is clear and it's the lotion and the dude continues to use the lotion and is like, whatever, the condom might break. Also, I cheated on you and you might get an STD from this.
I don't think he cheated on him. I think
he's just been known to cheat in the past.
Oh, okay. But the point is that, like, this guy's not making his partner feel safe. Like, he's continuing to do something that makes a condom break when the guy's like, I don't want this to happen. I want to use condoms. And it's like, okay, we'll do it your way, but I won't fix the problem that's making them break. Like, that is the worst situation to be in, because it's like, oh, yeah, we're doing this thing that I think is going to make me safe, but they're breaking, so...
Why not just stop being the bottom and just switch?
I think he should have a conversation about
the
the
problem.
problem.
His boyfriend doesn't want it.
Tough shit. No pun
Double-ended
intended.
dildo.
Double-ended dildo.
I think you should be like, I don't feel safe with the condoms breaking. You need to stop moisturizing.
Oh, you guys make a good point, actually. Cock sheath. He could wear a cock sheath.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
It makes your cock bigger. I mean, it's like a dildo.
But what if he already has a
penis
big
wears?
cock?
And that's why the condoms are breaking?
I don't
think he would have mentioned
it. Have magnums.
I think he would have mentioned it.
Guess. I have a feeling that this guy probably can handle it.
Oh. Are you bottom shaming?
No, I'm
encouraging.
That's a respectful thing. I mean,
like you can do it.
I'm calling him talented. I just he's been. It sounds like he's been with a decent number of guys. He's familiar with penis age, so I'm guessing that he's had a few large ones. I mean, it's possible that he just doesn't like big dicks. That's possible for anybody, but I don't know. I think if I had to make a bet, I would say that he could handle it.
Okay. $5.
But you don't need a big cock sheath either.
I think the bigger issue is you need to have a conversation with your boyfriend about how you don't feel safe because of this routine that he has.
Oh, yeah. No, Erica's definitely right.
I mean, you could also get on prep in case you're really worried.
I'd also, like, in your investigation, it also may not be the condiment, may be the lube. He could be taking a water-based lube and putting some oil in it.
Yeah, he could switch his moisturizers.
Yeah, I mean, if he's if this is, like, some bad thing that's happening, yes, I would just check those things. Better to rule that out. Then he's not doing that. Because if he's doing that, you should be very concerned.
He doesn't just sound like he's moisturizing his dick. He sounds like he's oiling it up. Because you don't put like oil-based moisturizer on your face. You'd break out.
And I haven't moisturized my cock before because I don't have one. And also
as in Jacob's, because it's yours now.
But whenever I've put stuff on like my...
Does it really?
Well,
I'm only 32, so yes. But when you
I thought you were older.
Erica, did you get a new watch?
I did.
I was looking at it earlier and
speaking of big, it's so big.
That's not a
big watches
electronic.
Is it a Montana watch?
No.
Big watches for women.
It looks like
They've
an
been doing it for a
Android Wear.
while.
Does it track your steps?
Yeah, it does. It's a hybrid.
Oh wow!
But I don't have to charge it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a regular watch, but it does sync with my phone.
Well,
that was a tangent.
Sorry, that
shows you how interested we are with this question.
I was like, there's no way she got a like electronic. What are these called? A wearable. I mean, you got a wearable watch, but like a wearable electronic, digital, etc.
This is turning into supercharged. Okay. We got to move on.
Because it's analog. It's not digital.
Yeah, but it has some computer shit in there.
Anyways, I was just saying, when I've moisturized like my arm before, 15 minutes later, you can't even tell that there's anything on there.
Yeah, but...
you use cheap moisturizer. You want it to last.
I learned this many years ago on Dan Savage's podcast, which now I feel like I bring up an awful lot for some reason.
Yeah, maybe everyone should just stop listening to this and just listen to that.
Yeah, if you hate us.
But buy your book in a $2 bin first.
Yeah, you can get some bukkake, too. They go well together.
But it's a card game, guys.
He was interviewing the creators of Boy Butter. Yeah. And they had said that the best lubricant for gay male sex is mineral oil, anything with mineral oil base. So he might be lubricating with something along those lines. I don't know. It sounds like he takes it seriously. He may not know that, but that's why there might be oil in the cock lotion.
Would that not apply to a man fucking a woman in the butt?
No, I don't remember what that one was because it didn't apply to my situation ever. I mean, it would never apply to my situation. But yes, there's a different oil you're supposed to use for man on woman butt sex.
Now, I just feel like he's really oiling his dick up. And I just don't understand why he's compulsively doing it.
Yeah, because he was like, I thought he was masturbating before, but it sounds like he's like really massaging it into his penis.
That's why I'm like, do it 3 hours earlier.
Well, he has a teenager's penis, so
it's so worth
why
it.
he's doing it. I don't know.
I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, that's most of the stuff on the show. But
no, sometimes I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say that I was period blood if I had hot sauce on my jeans.
Yeah, but it's when you say it, that's a very
people would probably laugh though.
Right? Yeah.
Although I bet you nowadays someone would be like, "That is offensive to women."
Time's up, Darren.
Time is up.
It is up.
Okay, misogynist. Let's keep it. Keep it in your pants.
Then you just say, "I was eating my girlfriend out, and it was her period, and I did it. I did it anyway because I love her, and I'm willing to go there for her, and I got some on my pants. So fuck you. Time's up for you."
Then you got a sexual harassment lawsuit for talking about eating out a woman at work.
Well, they incite
not eating out the woman at work, but talking about doing it while at
aloha,
work.
etc. We're not.
Aloha.
No one. That
I like
situation shouldn't come up.
I feel like this question's over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Just use mineral oil with a cock sleeve, right?
Cock sheath, but
yeah.
I think a sleeve is more on the masturbation sleeve side.
Could they pig hole?
You couldn't do it.
What if they pig holed?
Well, the problem with the pig hole is that it has an opening on the other end, so you can piss directly into the anus.
That's a problem.
What if he used Crisco as a moisturizer alternative? Pearls of Crisco to moisturize. Does that have
would
oil?
not recommend.
That's vegetable oil.
Would not recommend.
No good.
I'm sure it'll make his cock lovely.
But do you think would it break down the latex? Because the oil, any oil will do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shows you what I know.
What about butter? Butter has oils, right?
Yes.
Because fats, yes. Okay. Margarine?
That's
all oil.
What about Smart Balance? It's good for your cholesterol too.
None of the dairy or non-dairy spreads. We would not recommend any of these. They all have oil.
So what about Cool Whip?
I wonder.
The chemicals in that.
Sticky.
I think that'll cut a bitch up.
You could use air conditioner if it didn't have any soap in it.
Do we have another question?
No. We're just thinking of things this person can put in their asshole.
Our hamster?
Thanks for writing in.
Okay.
Pig hole would.
Richard Gere.
I was gonna say, is it Richard Gere?
That's just a rumor.
Is this what's my line? What's that show? Who am I?
Whose line is it?
Match
anyway?
game.
What?
No, that game. Like, who am I?
Whose line is it anyway?
No.
Pyramid?
You have to guess who the person, the identity of the person.
Celebrity.
Kind of. No, like a real game.
We gotta go.
Celebrity.
That was like a.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Like a talk show?
Like they would ask questions.
Like a game show.
It was like 20 questions you'd ask the celebrity.
What's my line?
Period.
What's my line?
I mean, pyramid.
I think it's What's My Line.
Oh, isn't that NPR?
No, What's My Line was a TV show.
People are going to come away from the show with a lot of things they can watch.
All I know is that I just don't even. I feel like every single question I'm left unsatisfied. Like I don't think we were satisfied with a question. So guys,
wow, I thought this would be better than last time.
Write better questions.
Oh,
seriously, write questions we can solve.
Oh, that's the problem. So if we could solve, they need to be solvable and raunchy.
I'm hungry.
I do. Oh, the questions were raunchy enough. I'm happy with the.
Adam stopped trying to wrap it up about 15 minutes ago. I don't know.
This is too short of an episode. I'm just trying to pad it out.
No, it's not short. It's been long enough.
I was trying to get us to the last.
Oh,
one.
we have to go,
listeners.
It's
we answered it now, so we
it's
can go.
10:30 almost.
This has been a fairly short episode, but yeah, okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Right in.
Bye.
See you later.
But good write-ins.
Yeah, Darren
Aloha.
approved.
But raunchy too, sexy and
Bye.
well, not sexy, but gross.
Bye. Oh, the spookier the better.
Spookier the better. Bye.
You have a question, story, comment, or whatever for the Awkward Human Survival Guide? We want to hear it. We read everything we get on the show, censored for your privacy if you wish, and might laugh about your problem because tragedy loves humor, but genuinely want to help you out. If you've got something to share with us, even if you think it's stupid, send it in as anonymously or proudly as you wish. You can do all of that at awkward.email. You just go to http://awkward.email. Oh yeah, and watch the videos on YouTube, youtube.com/awkwardhuman.